just want to say, hats off to Greg Joseph. What an amazing kick at the end, and our special teams for getting that done. Can't say enough good things about our players getting that done in the last 40 seconds of that ball game. Just a resilient bunch. The protection, the receivers at the end of that drive, Kirk making plays. Just really proud of their effort finishing the game. 2 days into prep for Carolina, a defense we have a ton of respect for, a fast, well-coached defense, and they got our full attention. So with that, I'll take any questions.
If you could look back just at Sunday, what were your emotions like getting the ball back, 40 seconds left, just having that green light to march down the field?
Yeah, we, as coaches, we're just on the headset saying, hey, we're going to get a chance. We're going to get a chance to go back. So we were, talking about our plan for the next series, and the coaches did a great job on the sideline getting guys ready to go and execute.
Mike Zimmer mentioned having you and your assistants kind of do a self-scout a little early before the bye. How useful was that, or I guess what did you glean from that?
Yes, very useful. And, Coach, it's a great idea by Coach, and identified plenty of strengths and weaknesses that'll help us moving forward, tendencies that we need to break, and just opportunities for us to get better. So, without getting into all the specifics, it was, just a good time to evaluate what we're good at and what we need to improve on so we could focus on those things coming up here in practice.
Tendencies like realizing, maybe as a first-time play caller, hey, in this situation, I tend to call this a lot or too many times, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Down and distance tendencies, after a sack, after a turnover, personnel tendencies, all of those things. Plenty of things that we studied to definitely try to make ourselves, less predictable moving forward.
I think you had mentioned even maybe, I don't know if scripting's too strong of a word, but like having more of a concrete plan at a halftime for the second half. How could that help, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Just kicking around different things there, and it's something we've always done. Just got to be more specific, with the guys. Give them a more detailed plan coming out of halftime, and we got some ideas for this week. But number one thing is we got to go execute. We can't hurt ourselves. Okay, penalties, sacks, poor play calls. So we're all in this thing together, and I definitely got to do my part to be better in the second half.
Yeah, I think last week you had mentioned about not getting frustrated, just have to keep firing, find something that works. As you've had 5 games now, is there something that you've learned that only experience in this seat could have taught you as far as adjusting in a game?
Yes, absolutely. Definitely have had plenty to learn, and Coach Zimmer has been great, working with me throughout that, and the assistant coaches, and experience has been best teacher, definitely.
Is there an example of something that, just something the defense is throwing at you?
Yeah.
Or,
I just think just the flow of the game and making sure that, you're always just have the next call ready and not getting too dialed into what's going on the field, because you got to be thinking a couple steps ahead there. So I think that's been the main thing.
Some of the defensive players were saying that at the beginning of the season, there's no film really to look at it, the teams you're playing, and I would imagine it gets harder to game plan when there's 5 games of you out there. Is that true?
Yeah, definitely. I think we put the good things on film that we've done, and teams are going to put those on a card and practice them. So it's just on me to keep evolving us and making ourselves unpredictable, but still just doing what we do best. So it just falls on me. I got to do my part, do a better job.
Are you still drawing new plays in the season? I mean, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, we always kind of fall back on things that we know from training camp, and there's plenty of things that we work that we haven't been able to run in a game, but try as little as possible to put too much brand new things on these players, because we only have typically 3 days to practice them. So to answer your question, probably just give our guys things that they've done in the past, and maybe reformation them or just reformat them a little differently.
There's too many moving pieces to get a napkin out and say you.
Yeah. But the great thing is we got a couple of years under our belt with this group and this system, and there's a lot of things we can fall back on with most of the players on our roster offensively.
What do you like the most about Justin Jefferson's ability to adjust, especially from last year? Now that defenses, are scheming against him a little bit more, whether it's a bracket, whatever kind of defense he faces, he's finding ways to get open, but it seems to be a maturity factor. But what do you like the most about year 2 for him?
Yeah, what I like the most about him is, I think I said this last week, but he's a great teammate, and he elevates the emotion and energy of others around him. He's a great player. So whatever coverage you're playing on him, he's doing a great job of beating it. But I just think his energy and just his ability to uplift others around him with his positive energy is what I like most about him. He's making plays, but he just never had a bad day, and it oozes out of him, and just affects our practice in a positive way.
But sometimes sophomore seasons, right, when a guy is double teamed more, covered differently because the secret's out, sometimes they can be frustrated, and we haven't sensed any of that from our side. Do you ever see any of that, or no?
No, I don't. He just keeps working hard, and definitely my job and our job as coaches to keep getting them more and more involved.
With Adam and Justin missing practice yesterday, how did KJ, Didi, Amir look, and where are those three guys kind of at?
Yeah, great opportunity for them when guys are not practicing to showcase themselves, and they've done a great job. Obviously, we know KJ has had a heck of a season. Didi has made plays when his number's called. So those guys continue to develop, and I can't say enough about Keenan McCardell, how he works with them on the side and keeps bringing them along, because we're going to need everybody for this season.
Do you enjoy writing out the game script in the beginning? And what's the most difficult part of that when you're trying to workshop that?
Yeah, I think the most difficult part of it is just trying to get everybody involved. We got a lot of great playmakers, and just trying to make sure everybody has a touch. And once the game unfolds and different defenses present themselves, and it takes things away. So it's just getting everybody involved. That's the most difficult part.
With the success you guys have had to start games in those portions, and what do you think are the biggest reasons for that so far?
I just think it's our players. Our players is being dialed in early in the games, and making the plays that are coming their way. Quarterback's doing a great job of getting us into the right play. Have plenty of times where we have a couple plays called, and Kirk's seeing the defense and getting us into the right play. So I put a lot on Kirk, just our guys executing.
Does Kirk have the same kind of freedom at the line that he's always had, or has that changed at all this year?
Yeah, I think we've evolved it a little bit, and just because he can handle so much, so he can handle a lot. He can probably handle even more than we're giving him, but he's been so dialed in, and can't say enough about his leadership this year.
When teams are paying more attention to Justin Jefferson like they are, is it a matter of trying to scheme him open, or is it just a matter of him being able to beat the coverage that he sees once he gets on the field?
Yeah, it's both, and we're in it together. And scheming him open better moving forward is definitely something I got to do a better job of.
What do you think of Darrisaw's debut?
Yeah, I was really pleased with Christian. He's been practicing hard in the limited time that he's gotten, and these practices are so critical for him. Even today, just going to keep building him up. And I thought when he went in there, he protected very well, and he took a really positive first step.
Does the Panthers' speed on defense just challenge you guys as you try to put this plan together?
Yeah, they are fast. They're up the field. They play extremely hard. They must be extremely well coached, because they're always around the ball. So they pose a great challenge.